let's talk about zero down payment and the USDA website. What I would like to demonstrate here is the use of this website. So once you have discovered the potential eligibility, the dollar amount, and you have discovered that it matches with their local markets, you may want to also see if the property is located inside of a USDA designated area. So you will come here to Homebuyers Navigate here to zero down, zero out of pocket, parentheses USDA, and find this page and click on the blue button.
Welcome to fundmyhome.org. Customer Success Training. Our best customer is an educated consumer. United States Department of Veteran Affairs. United States Department of Agriculture. Zero out of pocket. One of the ways in which we can help you purchase your home with zero out of pocket is by having our preferred lenders fund your mortgage loan through a mortgage loan guarantee program guaranteed by either the United States Department of Veteran Affairs or the United States Department of Agriculture. United States Department of Veteran Affairs. Mortgage-approved United States veterans holding VA certificates of eligibility will always close with fundmyhome.org with zero out of pocket, regardless of what city or town they wish to purchase their homes in. Be sure to include a copy of your VA certificate of eligibility when you submit your supportive documentation. USDA United States Department of Agriculture. All mortgage-qualified homebuyers approved by our lenders through the United States Department of Agriculture Mortgage Guarantee Program and purchasing a home located inside of an USDA-designated area will always close with fundmyhome.org with zero out of pocket. Follow this link to confirm that your home address is located inside of an USDA-designated area. Note: approximately 90% of cities and towns in the United States are located inside of USDA-designated areas. Welcome to the USDA Property Eligibility site. Now that you are aware of how a mortgage loan, guaranteed by the United States Department of Agriculture, in combination with fundmyhome.org, can potentially help you purchase your dream home with zero out of pocket, and realize that most of the cities and townships in the United States are located inside of USDA-designated areas, you can now use the USDA website to determine for yourself whether the home you wish to purchase would be eligible for this program assistance. To determine if a property is located in an eligible USDA area, click on the Single Housing Guarantee link located on the top left side of your screen. Then, you must first accept their property eligibility disclaimer. To proceed with viewing the eligibility map, you must accept this disclaimer by clicking on their acceptance button located at the right bottom of your screen. Once you have accepted their disclaimer, a map of the United States will appear where you can enter the address of the home you wish to purchase. Please note that the areas highlighted in orange color are outside of USDA-designated areas and do not qualify for this program. On the other hand, areas highlighted in white color are inside of USDA-designated areas and do qualify for this program. The good news is that approximately 90% of the map is highlighted in white color, which means that there is a very high probability that the home you wish to purchase is inside of a USDA-designated area and would potentially qualify for this program assistance. You can use the zoom tool, located on the left side of your screen, to zoom in or zoom out of the map of the United States.
So let's use the USDA website and see, we run one or two addresses and see what falls inside of it. Just type eligibility, dot S like Sam, C like Charlie, dot E gov dot USDA dot gov. And I'm gonna put that on the side, and I thought it was there, but somehow it didn't load up. Okay, so here we have, once you reach this site, then you have to, where it says single family housing guarantee on the left, you want to click in there. And then you have to accept the disclaimer on the bottom right. You see that, Ken? Okay. All right. So now simply find your address. So this is well. Think about this website is that most of the United States, surprisingly, is loan USDA. So what does it say on the green letters? This address is located in an eligible area. So here we go. The first address is good. And just for giggles, if you type another one, very possibly it will also be there. But I'll give you one address that somebody shared with me today. So Ken, type there, please, 4449 Riverton. That's Riverton Drive, Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. Now, Carlos, we have a question in from Kim Boylan. She says, can you just put in a zip code for a USDA area?
You could, and here we go. So this address is not located in an eligible area. I guess you could, but since you're dealing with a specific address, you want to make sure that the actual property or the vicinity. Well, here, so if you were to, Ken, you see these areas when they show up in light orange, they tell you that those are not USDA. But how close is it? It's very close to an area towards the right. That's probably is not even 10 miles away.
Yeah, this is actually a mile or two from my house.
Oh, okay. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So you see that there is, you live in Orlando, right? And Orlando is a very dense area, wonderful, a lot of amenities. It's a great city. It's not only big, but it has everything you could ever want. And only a few miles away from that address, there's a very large area that is eligible for USDA. So Ken, make the map a little smaller. Right. So you see that see if you could make that orange. Can you
zoom in?
minimize? Yeah, make it a little smaller so we could zoom out.
I'll zoom out.
Yeah. So right there, you see there's a cluster right there on the orange area, and that address is right on the edge of USDA areas. So this is a good tool because believe me, sometimes you say, okay, well, what if I drove in a little bit farther? Well, maybe a town or a city that you are very familiar with, a town that you like and that you have frequent a lot, and so now there's a good chance that you may say, okay, I'm in, or not. But at least this gives us good understanding of the potential for somebody to come in with completely zero out of pocket and even having some money to use for paying perhaps some, buying some furniture or, moving expenses or things like that. So look at this. This is Florida, and now you got a lot of USDA around. Just next, Orlando is that area on orange. Orlando is very populated, so probably that's why it's not USDA. But look how much more there is, so much territory. So go ahead and make the map a little bit smaller, zoom out a little bit more, and we see. Look at that. So now it gets bigger and bigger. So scroll up the map, and you see most of the United States, almost completely, I would say that this has got to be more than 90% of the entire country would qualify someone for USDA. Okay, so that's how it works. I think that looking at this is important because you'll be able to uncover more opportunity for the home buyer. Now, while we're talking about this, we in the video we spoke about also VA, but there's a couple of nothing is perfect because there's a couple of things that don't work very well with USDA and with VA, and that is debt to income ratios. They limit the debt to income ratios to about 43% and 41% with VA. So VA, they limit it down to 41, and you may go, we may push it to 45%. And but look what happens. So here's what I wanted to talk about this tonight. So there is now a person who is a veteran, U.S. veteran, and the best bet that they would think about to have is, well, let's go use our certificate of eligibility. I am a U.S. veteran, and I'm entitled to my 100% financing. Yes, correct. Up to 41% debt to income. So now you go out there and your typical channels, and you may find a huge roadblock because the debt to income might be too high and it doesn't really reaches the purchasing power that you're looking for to buy the property based on the local market. And so you do have the ability to get 100%, but the transaction got pre-approved for less than what you need. So here is where we once again will come in and help out quite a bit, because with us we could go to 56%, and with us we can provide you with the money that you need for closing and down payment and closing costs. So it kind of plays out the same dollar-wise, but there is more purchasing power for the same veteran that would have gone perhaps 41, 45% versus 56%. Does anybody has any questions about this? Any comments? This is I know that most of us here, most of you don't have sufficient experience and knowledge about these technical conversations, but it's a good topic to understand because this gives you two things. A good tool to uncover a roadblock or to remove a roadblock, and also to give you a sense of you'll be able to feel that there's more assistance to give. There is one more tool, one more feature that we have here. Ken, do you see any comments, any questions about it? Anybody raising their hands?
Yes, there's one comment here. Carlos, do you mean the veteran will get a different loan than a VA at that point?
Yes, that's what I mean. So let's say that the veteran came in with all rights to get a veteran 100% financing, but the guidelines will limit them to about 41%, and sometimes it could be pushed a little bit higher, but that's it. You're not. So if the debt to income ratio came to the top and it's not enough to buy the home that you had in mind, then zero down or not, there is a dead deal. So we will act as if we were the VA, and it's not we're not trying to confuse anybody because we're not the VA, but we will produce funds for the zero down type of speak, the same as it would have happened with VA, but we will be able to go up the way to 56%. So same person, VA with us would have gotten a better opportunity.
Okay. Next comment is, USDA is also only for first-time home buyers.
That's right, and they have limitations. Yes. So
Okay.
now USDA also has the limitation that they stay at around 43%. So again, zero down, because look what happens. Somebody says to you, "Well, we could do that with USDA. We're a lender. We do this and we can do that." Sure, they can, because that is USDA. They can, but they're going to be limited to 43%. So someone went and try to get a resource from VA or USDA for the looking for zero down, but they're limited to the with the purchasing power. So you with us, we can say, okay, we'll give you the same treatment, so to speak, but we can elevate the purchasing power all the way to 56%. So USDA is for first-time buyers only, and we will have to adhere to that. Now, when we don't use USDA, then it doesn't matter. You could just do first, second, third. We wouldn't care, but USDA would. But most of the people that buy homes, most of them are first-time home buyers, so it wouldn't affect whether they use USDA or not. But the reason that I want to talk about this tonight is to illustrate that we, in the way that we do our business, in the way that we do our assistance, we, in some ways, um, exceed the benefits that they can find elsewhere. I hope that I'm making myself clear tonight about this.
Okay, I have one comment from Carrie. Is the USDA loan have lower debt to income ratios too?
Yes, USDA has a limit of 43%. VA is around 41%. And there's some flexibility there with VA, but when it reaches 45%, that's it. And the flexibility has to do with how well the file looks, how good the income score, the income and the credit score, so the stability of the file. So again, the way that we structure things, we could actually improve it and have a better all around end result. So USDA. So we say, look at the USDA website. Make sure that the property, discover whether it's located in a USDA designated area. So when you do that and you find that it is inside of a USDA area, then now you could tell now that you will be able to get zero down with them. Then with our assistance, then you come in with not even closing costs, and you might even have some money left over. Very good structure. Okay, we'll help you out. They'll help you out. And it comes out perfect. But sometimes the restriction in debt to income might be too restrictive, so you may not be able to get the house of your dreams. Not because the houses are too expensive, but also because you have debt. Okay. So in that case, we'll say, okay, no worries. Let's not use USDA. Let's use our program, and we'll raise it to 56%. So with our assistance, it would have worked out the same as if someone went to USDA. The difference is that when they come with us versus someone else, is that they get help and you get money.